Feeling a little blue today. We take a look at the Blu Studio 5.0C HD Android phone. Welcome everybody, a Spike Studio product review up close. This one time we're looking at a cell phone, so we want to make sure that we were close instead of way back in the studio. This is the actual Blu. This is their Studio 5.0C HD model of phone. It is an Android-based phone. It runs KitKat that comes on at a 5-inch touchscreen. It's got a quad-core 1.3 gigahertz processor. It's got a gig of RAM inside, 8-megapixel camera on the back, 2-megapixel camera on the front. It's got the 4G HSPA, no LTE for those looking for the LTE, 1080p video recording, microSD slot for up to 32 gig of storage. But there's a couple of things we need to talk about. First, let's open it up and then we'll talk about the cool parts of it. First things first from these guys is it comes pretty well packaged, actually. Comes in a lovely little plastic holder inside of it. One thing that comes with it, a case. They actually send a case with the phone, unusual as it is. Inside from there, they have the microphone set with earpieces. It even comes with some decent size earpieces for those that really need to get other ones. It actually comes with the plug instead of just a USB cable. A lot of them don't even do that anymore. Of course, the USB cable is there. And then a lovely guidebook in multiple languages for those that need it. Now, what else is unique about this phone? Well, we already covered that it's got the touchscreen, so it's a 5-inch. Let's hold it up for comparison. First, I'll pop it out of the carrier that it comes in. It's a little plastic carrier is all. So this is the HTC Evo 4G LTE. We've reviewed that before. Here's the size comparison. Gives you a good idea between the sizes, and if you want to go one more, this is the BlackBerry Z10. Get an idea. iPhones fit in there and everything else. So it's a pretty good sized display. Also from there, we should talk about is the case. It is a plastic case. It is not hard metal for those that need that. This part peels off. This is just telling you how to open it up, which we're going to do. I want to show you the battery plus the cool parts that are in it. So the case itself has a little slot here at the top, right there. There's a little bitty slot. I've also accidentally powered it on, so it's going to make some noise unless I can get the battery out before we get the case off. It's a race. So we got it. So there's the battery. Pretty decent sized battery, as you can see. Now, what do we have? We have the SD card slot for up to 32 gig. Now, what makes this phone unique is what's under my finger, which would be that. That is dual SIM card slots. So you can actually put 2 network cards in there. Now, let's talk about the networks that are actually supported. If you're looking for LTE, as I said, this phone does not do LTE. Ones like, I'm going to read the list so we make sure we're right. Cricket, TrackPhone, Red Pocket, Nationwide AT&T, Telcel, Black Wireless, Consumer Cellular, Pure, what is there? Pure Talk, USA. It's a few that are in there. The cool thing about this is, and I think T-Mobile also has one, you can run multiple SIMs here in the US. You could have a SIM for overseas as well as one for the US. You could have one that does data, one that does phone, depending on coverage or carrier or speed and performance. All sorts of variances that you can do. That is a very cool feature. It's all easily managed through an interface here on the front. Little drop-down SIM card management, choose the card you want to do what, and you're off and running. This is great for those that travel internationally. If you don't need a super fancy phone but want to be able to switch networks, or if you go between, let's say, home and college and it's 2 different networks for support, or, as I read someone had in the reviewer comments on one of the sites, they actually buy a very, very cheap 1 gig for $10 a month for data, use Wi-Fi for the rest in very few minutes ever, and they're spending $12 a month for phone service. So it's pretty cool that way. So we'll snap the covers back on. Put the battery back in so we can power it up. And while we power it up, as you can hear it click, there we go, we'll power it up. While that's powered up, one more time we'll talk about it. 8-megapixel on the back. We've taken some shots with it. Pretty decent camera for the phone itself. This won't run high-end graphics games. It's just not going to happen, mainly with the lower processor and everything else. This is a great phone for someone that's a little bit older that doesn't need all the fancy stuff. Okay, the boot music's a little loud. Also think about a younger kid you're getting the first phone for. Why is all that important? This phone's under $150 and it comes unlocked. So we mentioned all the different networks. It comes unlocked. That's probably a key selling point of all this. So right now it's reading the slots. It knows I don't have any SIMs in right now. I've been changing them out, playing with networks. We're on the Wi-Fi. This has been sitting on standby mode and off for almost a week. Now, in day-to-day usage, I got less than a full day. I'll tell you that. I had to charge it after with a full day of usage. But for just everyday sitting idly and doing anything, it's lasted for days. Now that's out without doing a ton of stuff. We'll unlock it, give you an idea of the screen. Normal Android screen. Like I said, KitKat comes installed. People have talked about when do the updates come for the phone and how often. Couldn't tell you. There's no good documentation on it, but you should know it does come with the most recent that you can get out there. Otherwise, Play Store is included. Everything else, performance has been good. You have the multiple screens. It has the normal controls on the bottom with the 3 controls, the home, the back, the menu buttons that are in there, as you can see. Overall, what do we think? I'm going to tell you what. For $150, multiple networks, keep that in mind, holds a 32 gig SD card, quad-core processor, a gig of RAM. Gosh, what else? I mean, I will tell you, for $150, this is pretty much a no-brainer for anybody that needs an entry-level phone, one for testing, one that you're going to travel, you don't want to lose your good phone, and you want to be able to change SIM cards and do easy work, and it comes unlocked. So we want to thank Blu for sending it over. It is their Studio 5.0C, or I'm sorry, 5.0C HD phone they sent over. It's another product review from Spike Studio. Please make sure you click the like button below. Make sure you subscribe to the product review playlist for all our product reviews. Jump through to Amazon. Let them know these reviews are helpful. Even if you're not buying, at least let them know that these reviews are doing some good. And I would take a look at getting your hand on this Blu. Thanks for watching.